Live action.
What's up, people? It's your boy, the Last Boy Scout,
Hey, it's your boy Big Deuce.
and we are Third Shift Comics and more. And today we have my man, Nomasss Comics.
Nomasss
Brother,
Comics.
I'm really glad to have you on the show, and I was even stunned when we asked you to come on the show, and you were like,
And
no
yeah, he was
problem.
like, yeah,
Like
no
right
doubt.
off the bat. That was like super big. I was like, man, I didn't even need to persuade this person or anything like that. He just said yes,
I know, right?
But yeah.
Not at all, man. I thank you guys, man. Like, listen, man, I felt that way when you guys asked me, man, because again, for me, it's really about supporting everybody in this community, and you guys are huge supporters of the community. It's like, that's the way I need to reciprocate my love back to you guys, man. So when you asked me to jump on the show, immediately I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get it going. Let's chop it up and talk some comics.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, well, first of all, let's start off the show like this. Why don't you tell us a little something about yourself, and also get into what choices that you made in life actually led you down to the path of becoming, getting into comics and becoming a vendor of comics as well.
So everybody asks me that. How'd you guys get into comics? So,
well, I'll tell you how my story is, man. Listen, I'm a Bronx native, man, born and raised in the Bronx here.
Boogie down.
A boogie down Bronx, man. And for me, I've always loved comics growing up as a kid. And it's funny, throughout these last, I would say, I went from collecting comics, statues, heavy into pops, like everything, man. And I had my phases just like everything else. Comics, I always had a great collection. Then I kind of stopped that, went into statues. Was in the sideshow before even XM Studio was out and Prime One, was buying everything sideshow. Then I kind of stopped that, phased into pops, and then I got to a point where I was like, you know what? Let me just sell everything. Liquidated everything, stopped collecting books, had some good books too, stopped collecting books, statues and everything. And I'm just like, all right, you know what? And here we are, fast forward now, man. Pandemic hits. I work full time. I work for the city, running city programs for anyone, the unemployed, workforce development programs. I'm a director for HRA, so I just do I have a full time gig. So for me, working from home when this pandemic hit, I'm at home every day working, but I'm like, all right, you know what? I need something to do, man. I've watched everything. I'm at home. I'm not going outside. My man who has his own store, and had to shut down the brick and mortar, went online. And I hit him up. I'm like, yo, G, listen, man, what's out there? Put me onto a series that's dope right now. I need to read something. Lo and behold, at that time, it was the series Batman 3 Jokers just started.
Yeah.
And I said, give me that. Fire, exactly. He said, listen, this right here is issue 1, super dope. He put me on. I read it, and I'm like, oh man, and I got that itch again. I'm like, lo and behold, right after that series, issues 1 through 2, 3, I'm getting all the variant covers. Fast forward, I'm up to like 30 long boxes of books in like 2 months. Right back at it, building up the collection as a collector. And the way I move when I buy books is pretty much I choose my LCS, whether it's online or local, and I'm like, listen, put me down. Here's my pull list. I need every incentive, every ABCD cover. That's it for these series. Don't ask no questions. That's all it is. So again, that's what happened. Building up my collection. And at that time, I met my man. One of my boys was just like, he's like, each time I'm buying books, he's like, yo. They call me Wood. My name is Haywood, but everyone calls me Wood. He's like, yo, Wood, Nomasss, yo, that's it. You buying too much. Like, yo, you buying too much. And that's how the name came about in regards to the company. He was like, yo, Nomasss. And I'm like, you know what? What if I do Nomasss Comics? Because I'm pretty sure everybody, no matter what language, has heard that from their partner, from their girlfriend, from their wife, from their mom. No more, Nomasss. That's it. So for me, it had a tone and it had a connection. I'm like, you know what? This rings. It's easy. And as a joke, I said, you know what? I'm gonna create a page. And see what happens. I'm gonna create a page, Nomasss Comics, and that's it. I created my page and I said, I'm gonna start selling some books. And I originally started doing it just like that. I became a seller. and I was selling my books. I started in July. July 1 is when I made the page, the Instagram page. And I started doing just some regular live sales. I think my first sale, I had like 4 people on it. And I sold some books and I was like, yay, this is cool. And I kept on with it. And lo and behold, it started building up, building up, building up. And the income was good too. Cause I mean, I'm selling my books and I'm like, all right, I got 30 long boxes of books here. What am I doing? I read them already. All right, let me move them. And keys started popping up, and I'm like, I'm moving books, and people are buying. So come, I would say, fast forward to like before the new year, July, August, September, October. Great income. I'm meeting people. I'm getting followers. I'm currently at like about 27. I'm at 2752 in regards to followers on IG. I've had my page open for about 8 months, 9 months, and I'm on the road to 3,000. I said to
Nice.
myself, you know what? I'm I'm great with people. People love the books that I have. I love interacting with people. I'm at the cons, and I said, let me make this into a business. I put out my first exclusive um, with as an IG seller with Heat Seekers Comics. And I met Heat Seekers Comics. Shout out to Heat Seekers. They're in PA. I met Heat Seekers Comics by going to an event, a signing event that they were hosting, and got real cool with the owner. Good friends with him now, and that was my first exclusive as an IG seller, and I made probably two more as an IG seller. And I said, you know what? This is working for me, and I would love to become a retailer. And I did. I incorporated the business. I formed an S corp in January 1, the new year. That was my goal. Let me just make it official. And especially with all the laws passing and everything. With now, if you're making X amount of transactions, X amount of money, I said, let me just give Uncle Sam his piece. Let me do it legit, and here we are. Here we are right now, 3 months in as an official business. Um, and it's been great. It's been great coming from a collector to a seller to now a business owner. Um, and here we are, man. I think this has been the silver lining in the pandemic for me, at least. Going from just reading a book, reading three jokers, to now owning a business and putting out exclusive books, making connections with some of the people who've been doing this for years in the industry, who are veterans. um, and I can't say nothing bad about this community, man. You got some amazing people in this comic community, like yourselves, who are just doing this for the love and really supporting everybody. And that's where I'm at right now. So I think that's been my like kind of my journey from collector to seller into a business owner right now, while still working full time as well. So just balancing both things, which is super hard. But we do it because we love it, and that's my story right now to present.
Dope.
Great. That's great. Deuce, I know you wanted to chat him up about exclusive covers
Yeah, because
since
you
we're in the
mentioned
topic
your
already.
first exclusive Hot Seekers, but now you got two new joints that you
Uh,
told us. We actually bought the Javin Jordan joint, the recount, and then you have
yep.
the other one, the canceled number one, um, which I think is a fire cover. I'm looking at it right now, that's why I'm looking down with the logo and the screen. And I see how me personally, you got the little wire over your logo. So I probably would have put it on a bigger TV, but the fact that you
Mhm.
put it right there, dead in the center, to me that's just fire. I've seen a bunch of other canceled covers, and this one was just like, yo, I'm probably gonna have to get this one too now. We got the other, we got the Jab and Jordan joints because
Mhm.
we're big fans of Jab and Jordan, but this one right here, I'm looking at it, and the price is right. As a matter of
Of
fact, I'm gonna put
course.
the link in the description so people want to jump on it. You can get the canceled number one by Chris Sheehan, right? That's how you pronounce his last name, Sheehan.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then it's the recount is also number one, correct? By
Well, the
Yes.
Javin Jordan.
recount,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
the
a
recount,
preamble. It's a one shot.
It's the
yeah,
one
it's a
shot,
one shot. It's a one shot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a one shot on that one.
and that's
So
by
yeah,
Illis himself. And that's just another fire cover, and I can't wait for it to so I can get
Yeah, me
my
neither.
hands on one of these things. And you said that you to transition. You say you selling. You got your online. your situation, but recently I connected with you through Whatnot, and on Whatnot you was killing it. The show that I was in, you was giving away cash. He was
Yep.
like, I'm not gonna give you a free book. I'm gonna put cash.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some random cash joints in the thing. You was just selling books and just putting cash in the thing. I was like, man, this guy's crazy. You had the music in the background, and you talk about Jays, you talk about everything. I mean, you're from the Bronx, Boy Scouts from the Bronx. My family's from New York. I'm in New York right now. I'm in the Hudson Valley area. I'm not in the city, but that's where we're from. My family's from there, so we was like, yo, we got to link up with him. You passed the vibe check, like my daughter would say, and it was I just thought it was crazy that you was giving out cash, that you
Yeah,
didn't even
man.
care that your books was what they were going for low or going for high. You was just, like you say, you was just supporting the community and just spreading the love. So it's like, yeah, we had to get him on the interview.
Yeah, like for me, it's always been honestly, man. I've always been about the customers, man. For me, it's people over profits, to be honest with you. And I think because you know what, like I always tell everybody on my show, man, without you, there's no me. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Without you, there's no me. So for me, it's like, you know what? I'll give you, and I love you. If you see my energy on my shows, that's how I am in person, man. I'm hyped up. I like to reinvent myself. I like to try new things. Let's break away from the cookie cutter. Hey, here's the book, bid. Like, nah, let's bring that energy in here. Let's have that family vibe. And for me, listen, if I gave away $50 that in different packages. I put a 20 in somebody's, I put 5, 10s, like I'm like, yo, whatever I could do to help you out, just buy your book. Like, it's just to show you appreciation. Also, listen, it's not always about, you know what, listen, for this community too, we've all gone through this pandemic. We've all had some hardships, and not everybody can buy their books. Not everybody can just jump at every exclusive out there. So for me, it's like, you know what, let me keep the price point down on these Whatnot sales. I'm having fun. If I sell you a book for $10 and it goes for 30, so what? Go ahead, eat. Enjoy it. I think because that's gonna make you want to again tune into my show again because I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna be there for you and give you the experience that you want. That's the same way I do at cons. When I have my booths at New York Comic Con, I brought the convention to everybody. Javin was there. I was with him like almost every day at the booth. He was signing things for my people. He comes on my shows, and it's just like, again, that's another great human being, wonderful person, down to earth. And it's about the community, man. That's what it's about. It's about just making sure that, you know what, for me, the experience is more important than anything else. To me, the experience, because if you feel good, you feel happy, you're having a good time, you're gonna come back no matter what. Even if it's just to chill in the room with me, you're gonna come back, hear some good tunes. On one night, I just go crazy. On one night, I'm like, yo, let's blow it out, let's have a good time, let's talk about anything. Because you go to some one night shows, and no disrespect to any sellers, but they're just going through the motions. Hey, here's the book right here, da da da. Here we go, bid. And it's just like you want an experience, man. People are still kind of hesitant to go out some places. You want to provide them with an experience. You want to connect with people. Now for me, it's like it's all about the connections. No matter what I'm doing, even on my IG live sales. Right now, I average about probably I would say between 30 and 40 people every Saturday. But you know what? I know all 30 and 40 of those people by their first name. I know them not. I call them by their first name, not by their IG handle. I'm like, yo, how to, I speak to them in the DMs, how their kids, how's their wives doing, what's going on with work. Like, I know every one of my customers that are there every Saturday, and for me, it's like that's the vibe. Let's go in there, let's have fun, let's buy some books, let's make some deals. And I think that goes a long way with people because people see, like, you know what, this dude is not just about making money. For me, it's about making sure that you get the book that you want. If I could bring it to you at a good price, then I'm gonna do it for you, man. If I could get you a deal, I'm gonna do it for you. Because again, that's it's the customers. This business is about customers and customer service and customer experience, and just really showing that love, being genuine. So that's what I try to do in all my shows.
Shows it
It
shows
definitely
on
does.
your shows. Okay, brother, that's good. Yeah. So, all right. So we talked about Jonathan Hendricks' recount, okay, and how he's come up with the preamble. Now we talked about David Brain's cancel.
Mhm.
Let's talk about your brand new exclusive that's soon to be dropping. Scotty Young's Twig with Trish Frostman doing the cover.
Yeah, man. Like if you guys have seen, Twig has been like an instant hit, similar like to Stray Dogs. I think there's like 61 exclusives for it, and I
Crazy.
have 3 of them. I have
Oof.
I have 3 of the 61s. Um, and working with Trish, I think for me it was just like immediately um the choice, the choice to go with, and I think she is amazing. Trish is a phenomenal person, like down to earth, humble person, man. And I can't wait to drop the cover. The cover we drop it next week. Next Tuesday we do the reveal. Trailer drops, and next Wednesday we do pre-sales. And I think I'm loving all the covers that have been out. To be honest with you, the covers that I've seen have been amazing. But everything is, you always think yours is like the best one out there, and I'm super excited to drop it. I hope everybody likes it. We went with, like, just to give you like a little bit insight, we went with like the colors are just, are super bright, man. The colors are super bright. Like it looks like a 90s cartoon, man. When you see it, it looks crazy. And I hope everybody likes it. We even added a which I can tell you guys, the COA. The COA is Trish made, she did a sketch COA, one of one,
Mhm.
which is a hollow foil COA sketch.
Wow.
So it's
Nice.
not only are you getting the Virgin exclusive, but your
Yeah.
COA is a hollow foil sketch, one of one that she did for the cover. It's a whole new
Right.
sketch. It's like a new cover. So you're getting
Nice.
that. Um, I also have an exclusive, a Twig exclusive by Zoo Orzu, which
Oh,
I love. Zoo Orzu's
yeah.
work all the time. Zoo always crushes everything she touches, and that also looks amazing, which I can't wait to drop. And then I have a third one with Trish again, which I can't disclose some information on it, but it's gonna be a
Inside the
whole
trade.
there's gonna
Yeah.
be a whole event in the month
Nice.
of May for this book, because Twig comes out May 4th. I think that same week is Free Comic Book Day as well.
Oof.
So we're having an event with Trish for this other book, which is crazy, which is another Twig book, calling it the Secret Variant.
Oof.
So again, it's gonna be, when you guys see it, you're gonna be like, oh, all right, now I know why he held that back. Now I know why
Yeah.
he dropped that at the
Exactly.
end, because I'm trying to save the best for last. But I'm super proud about the books that we're doing, and for me, I take notes as a buyer. Shops like, I think shops like Carnivore Comics set the standard. The way, the packaging, the delivery, the art
Right.
of the cover, like the COAs. Like, I look to Carnivore Comics as like the standard of how you want to receive an exclusive. Like
Everything. Yep.
like nuts and
Yeah.
bolts. They do everything so well. So for me, it's like really, really just trying to do my best to produce a product. So when you guys receive it, even your preambles, when you receive it, I want you to be like, wow, look at this book. It just feels so great to have. So for me, it's really about, again, making sure that you're happy with your book, with your experience buying it. So yeah, Twig is, and shout out to Kyle Stram and Scotty Young. Great
Taking
dudes as
note.
well, man. So I mean, I can't wait. I wish I could disclose what we're doing, because it involves everybody I just mentioned. And it's gonna be a nice event in the month of May for the release of Twig. Just stay tuned, man. Follow the page, because you're gonna see some beautiful
Yeah,
covers.
I just
You
jotted
know.
my note down. I'm about to get like probably 2 or 3 of them
Oh yeah,
joints.
it's gonna be. Listen, and don't get me wrong. Like I said, I think there've been some amazing Twig covers, some amazing Twig covers. But again, you're always biased to your own thing that you're doing. So I think I'm very proud of it. And you guys, I don't know if you've seen, but I've been dropping. I've been doing a movie trailer series for all my books.
Yeah.
For
The
all my
cancel
books,
ones are wicked. I see
you know what
those.
I'm saying? I did it for
Nice.
preamble. I did it for
Yeah.
canceled. I'm doing it for my Twigs. And shout out to my man Matt X Last Level on IG. Like, he's just great, man. You might have seen him with Sands Group. He's always on with Sands Group Collectibles on YouTube. So I mean, he does some amazing video work, man. So I mean, we got a nice trailer for Twig coming up. And I
Nice.
just think, again, going back to the experience, man. Going back to just not just revealing a cover, but getting you hyped up. Who doesn't love movie trailers? I know I love the
Exactly.
previews. I love the previews. I get there real early just to sit down and
Just
see
to
the
see the
previews.
previews. I'd be tight if I missed the previews.
No, for real. Like I get so I'm like, you know what? Everybody loves movie previews, man. So let's do a trailer
Yeah.
series for all the drops that we're doing. You know,
And
so
with the price of movies, I'm gonna get everything
Yeah,
I deserve. I want
exactly.
the pre-screens, I want the post-credits, I want everything.
everything,
You
man.
know?
A date to the movies is easy, $100. Easy.
Yeah.
Two people, $100, no problem. Easy.
Yeah, and I go with the family, so ugh.
Oh man, you
So
better go. You catching matinees.
I'm catching matinees and I'm bringing my own drinks. Got drinks in the pockets.
Word
Nigga,
up, chips in the pocket, everything.
drinks in the
that's cool.
pockets.
So you talk about with Twig, and then and you're talking about how like the 80s and 90s kind of colors, and that works out pretty good with Trish Frostman. I mean, because come on, her work with My Little Pony and IDW and stuff like that. So you got the right person who's bringing out those colors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then just everything that she's with the stray dogs is
Yep.
really cool as well.
Yeah, she has a huge following, and I think for me, like I think ever since we kind of released who we're doing a cover with, her Stray Dogs following, the Twig community following is like, hey, where's Trisha's cover, man? Because I think her work speaks for itself, and you're gonna see it. Everyone's gonna be like blown away by it. It's gonna be like, wow, like this is what it needs to be,
Yeah.
So,
What's the run gonna be? How
well,
many?
the run's gonna be limited to 500.
Oof.
It's just shared exclusive with another shop, but again, I believe it's gonna go quick. We're gonna have it for $24.99. Just because you're getting like that sketch COA, that one of one sketch COA.
That foil is gonna be crazy.
Which to me is just like it's super beautiful, a hollow foil sketch COA. So you're getting something like unique. It's not just a regular COA. You're getting like another piece of artwork that you can only get by buying the book. So I think we added that value to it because I think for me it's just like let's try to make a beautiful book, but also add something to it. So it's a full package. So I think that's what's going to be it. I think it's a 500 print run, and I hope we sell out. I think we will. I think there's
You're
a
gonna
lot of
sell out. I hope I could get one.
I know, right?
I'm taking the notes
I
right
think
now.
I take care of you guys, man. I take care of you guys. You guys will have them, but
I need to get one of them.
and I'll be dropping. So I'll drop the Trish Forstner first one next week. The following week, the 13th, will be the Zoo Orzu one, and then the end of April, the 26th, will be
secret variant.
the secret variant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
So,
a
and
couple of those.
when we drop that secret variant one, you're gonna also see like the news about the event that's happening with that.
Nice.
So it's gonna be. I'll tell you, we're having a nice event with Trish, with Kyle. We're doing some nice stuff for that book by itself. So definitely, and that book is also going to be 500 print run. And I'm super excited, man. Super excited for having those books. It's just a beautiful title. And I love the character, man. The character looks so dope, man. If you guys haven't read the preview yet, it's just it looks like it could be an anime. It looks like a Pixar movie, man. Like it could be animated.
It does, because I was looking. I mean, it's like the Twig himself is that character, and it's about like he gets a new job as a journeyer, and he's like pretty much got to save the world and stuff like that, And the way they were describing how the world is going to be, like I forgot the two different references they make, but it's just so cool though.
The Dark Crystal.
Right, Dark Crystal. Yeah, I know that was one that that's cool. But let me ask you something. Like, so all right, so you're not even a year into the game, okay?
Yeah.
Pretty much. How does it feel when you're like, I'm gonna make an exclusive and I'm gonna meet Trish Frostner. I'm gonna meet Illis Illuminati. I'm gonna meet Chris Sheehan. We're gonna be collaborating because this is my exclusive, and these are big people. And,
out there.
I mean, do you get like that whole like that fan like, oh my God, I gotta know how to act in front of them. I don't want to seem like I'm so like crazed over them, or or you just like.
You know what? I do because I again, these are books that I was buying people's books, these artists' books, you know, and the chance that like I always say I recently I have a book coming with Bjorn Berens
Ooh.
coming out. And my before I became a retailer, I said, listen, if I ever become a business, I have a list of artists that I need to do books with, that I love their work. And right now I'm checking off a lot of those lists, a lot of those artists off my list, you know, and because I appreciate their work. So for me, connecting with them and talking about concepts and saying, hey, this is what I wanted to look at. This is what I wanted to go. This is the direction I want the book to go in regards to the cover, but I also want you to add your stuff to it. It's great because for some artists, you don't have that opportunity. For some artists, you don't have the opportunity. They just take it and like, I'll run with it, you know.
Right.
But I think I've been fortunate and blessed. Shout out to Kirby Arts, Annabelle out there. Shout out to Daniel Scott Collectibles. Like those individuals who represent a lot of these artists that I'm working with are great to interact with. They have your involvement in there. You are included in the process, and it's been an honor to work with these people. It's just like, you know, you hear about learning, and I'm still learning. I'm learning the whole process, like how far you can recommend and suggest without making the artist feel like they're like trapped into like they don't have the creative space, you know. So I'm learning that as well, and making sure that I want everybody, any artist that I work with, to just do their own thing and knock it out the park, man. You know, even with Chris Sheehan, like I was super excited to work with him because he's crushed everything from House of Slaughter. He did House of Slaughter. He's done all the House of Slaughter books. He's done the Autumnal, which was an indie title, which was super great, super creepy. So for me to have a House of Slaughter vet on my book and doing my book, it's like wow. You know, to me, it's like great. Even Javon. Javon's been killing everything he
Yo,
touches, man.
Everything.
he's,
Ice Cream Man,
he's
his
murder in the game
cancel,
right now.
everything, man. You know, his Department of Truths. You know, like I remember getting on my Department of Truths and be like, oh my God, look at my Nirvana cover. Look at the Marilyn
Yeah.
Monroe cover. Look at the Uncle
Ice Cream
Sam
Man.
cover. Everything. So the second I had a chance to work with him, I was like, I got you. I said, listen,
Yeah.
I hit him up, and we've been cool ever since. You know, I've connected with him in different cons, and you know, came out here in Long Island recently. We were together with Nick G
Yeah.
show out
At the
there.
Roosevelt Field
Roosevelt
Mall.
Mall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and I'm gonna have Jav out here again, probably after MegaCon, probably in June, to do some signings as well. So again, we're
Bet.
working on some other things as well. You know, so for me, it's like working with these artists is like great because they're also human beings, man. You know, and it's good to see them in their creative process. It's good to be able to see how they think. Some of these folks, like, it's just when I see them sketch something or see them draw something out, it's like wow, like I wish I had that talent. You know, so it's definitely, I wouldn't say too not too much of a fanboy thing, but it's just like appreciating that talent that's
Mhm.
right there with you is just
Right.
it's just crazy, man. Like, dude, Trish knocks out covers like that. I told Trish, I said, Trish, this is where we would like to see the book go. That same night, she was like, here's my rough draft. Here's that. What do
Wow.
you think? You want feedback? Da da da. Banged it out.
Man.
Banged it out. And I'm like, same thing with Javon. You know, hey, here's a rough sketch. You like it? Any edits? Da da da. Looks great. Run with it. You know. And so I mean, that is you appreciate that talent, you appreciate that artwork and that creativity. So I mean, for me, it's a blessing, and I can't, you know, I have some books lined up with a few artists. Like I said, I mentioned Bajorn. I got something else coming with Javon. Um, Marco Mastrazo. Like if you guys have not
Wow.
seen his work, he's
Yeah.
a beast. Martin Simmons, from the James Tinian crew. You know,
Oof.
John Jang,
Oof.
Vincenzo
Yo,
Riccardi.
Jane.
I
I love
mean,
Jane. Whew.
so it's like, listen, man. To me, these are all, when I could check off the boxes with some of these people, it's like this is a dream come true for me, you know. And
Right.
just to be able to have these relationships with some of these artists is even a blessing. And I think that's why for me it's like they appreciate my energy the way I am, and I'm grateful, you know. So it's super exciting.
Cool, cool.
Man,
So
I gotta get all these damn
we,
exclusives he's about to
I
drop.
know, right? So look,
Yo, my
so let's
dry erase board's getting full over
You know what?
here.
Listen, that
yeah.
as you're writing that, I've learned. Listen, some of these shops, I'll take a carnivore. Shout out to Sean from Carnivore Comics. Like this man has been in the business for years, and he has a calendar already locked in of what he's doing. Like, and that's where I want to get to. Like these shops are like they have stuff already like one after the other, like locked in regards to like books. And I'm like, that's how I want to be. You know, I would love to get to that point, man. When you're putting out amazing exclusives, but you got to lock them in. These artists stay busy, man. These artists
Yeah,
stay
they do.
busy, and you know, when you diversify your artists on your cover, you're doing different types of covers, different out the big three. Like it's awesome, man. So for me, I want to be able to. I have to be like locked in advance, a few steps ahead, because if not, what's going to happen is those artists are going to be gone. You know, and then for me, like I really, if I can get an artist that I normally want on a book, I'll pass on it. Honestly, I'm just
Right.
like, you know what? I'll pass on it. It's cool. I'll take the L. You know what? Because if I really want to work with somebody, I really want to work with somebody. And you know, I'd rather get the product that I want than you know what, than not get it. You know, so yeah, that's how you got to be in here with as I'm learning this, like with the retail game, with the exclusive game, got to be a step ahead. Once those solicitations come out for different publishers, you got to see what's coming out, what's coming down 3 months from now, and you got to get on top of it. You know.
Now, are you gonna always stay indie, or eventually you're gonna try to hit that Marvel exclusive or that DC exclusive?
You know what? I would love. I'm doing a lot of indie right now, and I would love to do a Marvel book. To be honest with you, I would love to do a DC book. I already said if I can do a DC book for me, like I would do a Nice House on the Lake book because I love that series, or I would do a Batman book because Batman has some great stories coming up. That you know what DC's putting out, like they have some great stories. But yeah, I think and for Marvel, like forget about it. With Marvel, you got your choice of characters. I think it's really just getting in at the right time with Marvel, so you can have a good cover that could hit, like
Yeah.
Punisher, Moon Knight, Miles, ASM. Like you got to get into that at the right time and get the right book, you know. But though those big three, like DC and Marvel, totally different from the way you do an indie book in regards to like the process, you know.
Yeah.
So it's less. I would say it's probably less creative control with the big two, and
Right.
on
You
the
have more
indie
free
side,
range on it.
Yeah.
exactly. And you know
And
what I
plus,
think you
the
want to
print run got to be bigger, right? With the
Oh
Marvel and the
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think
my
you
LCS is
gotta do
telling me that.
3,000 minimum 3,000. I think 3,000 trade and like a 1,500 virgins or 1,000 virgins. So the print count is way bigger. Of course, that means it's more expensive to do.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So you gotta pick the
and
right artist. You putting that kind of bread,
I
you gotta
get
have the right artist.
Oh,
yeah.
if you know, if you're looking for an artist, I mean, I throw up some mean stick figures out there. Well, like
I
I'm just
know.
letting you
And,
know.
and
If
listen,
you got a storyline that deals with something looking like this throughout the whole, I'm your man.
and
I'm
I
your
could
man.
definitely color within the lines. I'm nice
Yeah,
with that. I got you on that. We won't even charge. We won't even
exactly.
charge.
We could definitely get together and do something,
Yeah.
man.
So, um, and I'm sure you talked about this with Javon Jordan because I mean, we all know about Hell Crow dropping and
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that. And one of the
Fire.
things that Javon Jordan was taking to the next level was like, you know what? You're not only getting a comic, you're gonna get an NFT.
Yep.
Okay. And those non-fungible tokens are like ridiculous the way they just from where they started to where they're at right now. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm lucky enough to that I got some of the ones, but what's your take on NFTs?
I think you know what I think NFTs honestly are a breath of fresh air. I think for some they're collectibles, they're art pieces. You know, trust me, I bought when Vive started coming out with them. I was on there every Monday with their drops, trying to get the rare edition, the ultimate edition, and even right now, I think I caught like two UF4s, Miles Morales, and I think I bought them for $6.99 a piece, and I think each of them right now the value on the floor price they're at like $200, $300. So I'm like, okay, great,
Nice.
you know. Um, but yes, I think there's an avenue and there's a lane for NFTs because you have your collectors out there who want that digital space, who want that digital that collector item, you know. And I think you see it like if you go on Vive, you see like the Disney NFTs going for 10,000s, 20,000 of dollars, even 100,000 of dollars. But there's a lane and an avenue for those collectors, just like there is for everything else. And I think I love it. I honestly, I even tried for me, I even tried to have as a COA be an NFT for a publisher, but due to the IP properties, they were like, "No, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't allow you to do that." So the thought and the idea has been there. And Javon, I know he's doing it with his Hell Crow, which is beautiful, and his NFTs look amazing. And I'm glad that he's getting backed, and so much support for that project, which is amazing. So again, man, I think it's a good thing. There's a space for it to exist with comics. Do I think it has do I think it eliminates comics, or it has a competitive advantage of it? I don't. I think because everybody is still going to want that book. Everybody's still going to want to sit down and do this and have that book.
Tangible.
Or hang it on their wall or slab it. You can't slab an NFT.
But just like I said, just like you have people who want that book, I know people who have their apps on their iPads, on their phones, and they read their books there, and it's easier to travel. But they're more like, I need my collections. I want to be able to show that my art pieces, and it's like, so there's a space for it. Do I think it has an effect on regular comics? I don't think it does. I don't think it ever will. Like, nobody will never say, yeah, you got a NFT is going to be the same as a comic, a physical comic.
I don't know if you saw that Fallout 4 just sell on Whatnot the other day for 30 stacks.
Oh yeah, yep. I saw that. I mean, that's just that's just crazy. To be honest with you, that's just crazy, man. I'm like, listen, God bless. I think Frankie sold it, so God bless whoever sold it, and you know what? God bless whoever bought it. But I think that was it's just crazy, man. Like, it's I look at those people, I'm like, wow.
30 G's.
Well, I mean, I think what's even more crazy was when CGC posted out that thing about that comic. I mean, not even a comic. It was
the page.
Not even a page. It was a square. It looked like a postage stamp from an original Action Comics, and that thing was going for 7 G's. I'm like
a little rip of tear. Like, it looked like a stamp.
Yeah, so it looked like a post stamp. I'm like, okay.
I'm telling you, man. I think, and I hate to say it, but the resurgence of the comic industry was because of COVID, man. I think, listen, man, from my understanding, prior to COVID, man, you were hearing, hey, comics they're done. Shops are closing. It's out of it. It's going digital. That's it. And then, you know what? COVID hit. And I remember this clear as yesterday, man. COVID hit, and you started seeing people out of desperation, not having money, selling their books. So here's my 181. Give me 2,000 for it. Give me 3,000 for it. Give me 1,000 for it. And you started seeing the exchanges, the bartering, the selling, and that just reinvigorated, like it just that birthed the whole live sale thing, man. And people just started saying, okay, great. And it never and people like myself, you know how many retailers out there who started their company during the pandemic? There's majority of the retailers that are out now started their company during the pandemic. Crazy. And online shops, tons of online shops. And I think honestly it was the best thing for the comic industry, because you've gained so many more businesses, you've gained so many more buyers, more sellers, you gain another audience to purchase comics. So for me it's like, and now with cons, even like this is going to be the first year where cons is truly back, and you're seeing people out there in full effect in cons, and it's beautiful to see that, man. So I think like this industry is not going nowhere. Physical comic books are not going anywhere, but you're also seeing NFTs kind of like hitting that down mark. They're sticking to their books. People want to put bags and boards. People want to put their books in there, get a slab. That's not going nowhere. So I mean, super excited.
I feel NFTs are going to be like, they're going to hit their lows, and then they're going to, it's like stocks, You see some people like, hey, I ain't buying this. I mean, what was it? Kirkland stock when was all the way down, was at a -60, and I was just like, I'm going to get some of these. And now they're gradually rising back up. It's just like I buy low, as low as I can,
That's it.
But and I know Deuce is definitely interested in this, because he's always trying to hit the cons. So What cons are you looking forward to this year, and like which ones you definitely for sure are lined up to go next to?
Yeah, where can we
Um,
find you?
well, it's funny. I'm headed out to LA this weekend. I'll be at WonderCon
Right.
this
I can't
weekend.
be there.
Yeah,
We can't be in LA.
yeah, that's
I'll
it.
be at WonderCon
That's a
this
miss right
weekend.
there.
The following week when it come back, I'll be at Fan Expo in Philly.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great. That's gonna be awesome. Great lineup of artists there
I
in
just told my
Philly.
wife I want to go. That's like three
Oh
hours
man,
from here.
let's meet up, man.
Well,
Let's
I
go
just
out there.
because I just seen
And then
the LL Cool J joint they dropping the. Mm,
and then we'll be out in MegaCon in Orlando May 18th. I'll be out there with Carnivore Comics, helping them out with their booth.
So
I'll be
I'll
there. Heat Seekers
wait.
will
Oh
be
no,
there.
not me. I'm not gonna be in Orlando one. No, not the Orlando. And when's the Miami one? Is that still in July? The
Well, I know the
SuperCon?
well, I know Orlando is May or MegaCon is in Orlando. That's in May, so
Right,
that's where I'll be at in May.
right.
I don't know
yeah,
about any other.
I
There's a
could have swore
Miami
there.
show.
I think there was one in Miami for a SuperCon though. Was going to be there.
There's a show in Miami, I do believe. And
Yeah.
then I'll be, of course, in New York City Comic Con, Terrificon in July, New York
Mhm.
City Comic Con in October,
yeah, those.
C2E2, Baltimore. I'm hitting all the big ones. I'm
So
hitting
we
all
Well,
the
got
big
I
ones.
could
we
definitely
gotta hit
meet
the
you up in
Baltimore one.
Baltimore because I'm here in Virginia, so I can
All right,
hit you up
all
in
right.
Baltimore
Yeah,
definitely. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
you need me to
I'll
work a
definitely be
booth?
out
I'll
there.
work a booth for you, man. And I was like, I'll sit there. I'll sort in. Hey, like here you go, bag. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
let's
I'll
do
do
it,
it all.
man. So I'll definitely be out there for like for this weekend. I'll be going out there, just not setting up. I'll be going out there, just meeting people, meeting some
Nice.
more IG sellers. You know, connecting with some of the
Make
publishers
those
out there.
connections.
But definitely be
yeah.
out there in MegaCon and setting up, New York Comic Con setting up, Terrificon setting up, C2E2
Yo,
setting up.
Terrificon
So
was dope.
definitely looking forward to that. You know, and even some of the smaller shows, man. And we just had King Kong out here last week out in Jersey. Pressful Defects did that with a bunch all local IG sellers, which are great, man. So I mean, Big Apple. I was at Big Apple Con last weekend. So I mean, the cons are are back in full effect, you know,
Full
it's
effect.
great to see. It's great to see because I think people needed that. You know, it's great to see
They sure did.
some sort of normalcy out there, and we could just have some good fun, man. You
I
know.
love the
Yeah.
cons, man. That's my
Yeah.
shit. I wish I can go to. I wish I can go to all. Like I seen the Philly joint. Like literally right before we was setting up for the interview. I seen the what is it the Mayhew LL Cool J Miles joint.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Mayhew.
The,
Yeah.
for the con in Philly, they dropping an all black background joint for that.
Ooh,
Mm.
that's
I was
what's
like,
up, man. And that's what for me, I go to these cons. If I'm not setting up on them, I go to them because I know a lot of the customer base may not be able to fly out, may not be able to do that. So I'll grab these exclusives and I'll go live from the con. I'm like, oh, what you guys need, you know? And then for me, it's
Yeah.
just that's what I've also been known for is just to go virtual and bring the con to you. You know, if I could save you money on plane, hotel, ticket, and just go live with me and bring you to the artist, get you your exclusives, then why not? You know, I think if you could be in your living room and be at a Philly a fan expo and yo, Nomasss, let me get that. I claim that, and see the people, you know, then to me it's like you're saving money and you're having a good time, you know. I mean,
absolutely.
whatever I can do to bring it to the people.
Be home in my pajamas, man. Just talking about,
Yeah,
yeah, give
man.
me this.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
I'm in
listen,
my
that's how I
PJs
was,
right now.
that's how I was in New York Comic Con, man. Like, listen, I was live every day at New York Comic Con, and I would go live every damn day, and everybody, I would have the exclusives. I would get all the exclusives in the morning when I go to open up the booth. I would grab all the exclusives in the morning. I'd get them signed in the morning. Everybody knew I was getting them signed by Tinian, by Jang, by whoever it was, and then in the afternoon we would go live and I would sell them. Claim. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
Yeah, we
people were
need to do
very
that.
appreciative.
We need to jump on that, Boy Scout. We need to do that.
Yeah. So, all right. So as we're wrapping up over here, we're just gonna do a little game and just spitfire some quick questions out. Um, give me your top 3 superheroes or villain.
uh,
Or both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll go definitely Hulk. Love Hulk. Always been a Hulk fan. Incredible Hulk from Marvel. I'll go with Batsy and DC has been my guy. And villain is I'll probably have to go with Joker for the villains, man. Like
He's
I
like
love
the
me some
best
Joker.
Joker. I
I
mean,
love
he's
me
the
some
best villain.
Jokers. You know, love me him. All different types of Jokers. We've got so many Jokers out there, but definitely Hulk from Marvel, man. I would say between Hulk and Iron Man, I love.
Yeah.
Um, and DC will definitely be Bats. I love Bats. Bats is just Bat and Joker to me are great. I think that's what got me back into books, and I'll always make sure that they're my favorite.
Yeah. What about you, Deuce?
Me, I'm a Batman guy for DC, and for Marvel, I'm Spider-Man. I'm a webhead. And you know what got me is before I even picked up a comic was the animated series on Fox when I was young. Was the Batman on Fox, and then the Spider-Man that came on back to back, and then the X-Men joint came on too, and I was just glued. And with the Spider-Man, and my favorite villain, um, I love the Joker. Um, yeah, I have to say the Joker. I like the Red Hood. Um, but but that all ties into the Joker. But the Joker, to me, DC got the greatest villains, and
Hell
Marvel got the
yeah,
better superheroes.
yeah, I agree.
That's how I
I mean,
feel.
I think for me, I like I say for a villain as well as an antagonist and protagonist,
Mhm.
I go with Spawn. Okay,
Yeah, but is he?
Yeah,
like
He's
because he could be both. He could be both at some times. Um, you know,
would you be mad at me if I
um,
told you I've never read a Spawn book?
really.
but- end this video and I got
Spawn.
another, give me somebody else to interview. I don't care
Listen,
now.
listen. I
Dude,
love
it's
Spawn
not
too.
everybody, man. Not
Spawn is
everybody.
he's my favorite indie. I don't even know if you can call that indie. He's so big,
I
300
mean, I mean,
over
Image
300
Comics,
on the
but
run.
yeah,
Not because I don't like him. I just never got. I would love to pick up. You know what? A Spawn #1 and start reading, man. Not because
yeah,
I've seen the
Oh,
movies and I think the character's super
yeah.
dope, man. And the longevity of it, even right now, it's like you got your gunslinger, you got Scorch, you got a bunch of stuff that I'm like, I'm asking people, can I just jump in and start reading from that point? Can I jump in now?
Yeah.
Do I need everything else? Do I need all the spawns to jump in?
yeah, I'm about to get me
So
the omnibus of that. I just seen it at my
yeah,
LCS the other day. Like
yeah.
like this thick.
Yeah. But
That's
Ridiculous.
what I mean. Like the
if
same
I
thing
had to
with Saga. I don't know if
continue
you guys read Saga. Have you guys
Saga,
read
yeah,
Saga?
I didn't read
I
Saga.
haven't read Saga, but yo, I heard that thing is fire. It's like
Me
a
too.
billion.
I just bought the compendium too. I just started reading right now. 'Cause everyone's like, "Yo, you didn't read Saga? You crazy? Go read that now." And I'm like, "Okay." And I bought the trade paperback set, the whole
Yeah.
thing, and I'm on book
There's
one.
you know what it is? There's so much stuff out there. Is like where you have the time.
Yeah. I
You
wait for the
know,
movie.
yeah, that's me.
I wait
Give
for
me
the
the
movie.
movie and cram in like 3 seasons of comics in there and everything. Like we're good.
I wait for the
I see
movie
it all and stuff like that.
and wait for the show. Moon Knight.
Everything, man. Oh, what y'all ready for that, man?
We're ready for that.
Are we doing the
I've
show
been
Isn't
for
that
waiting. As soon as
tomorrow on
it
that
drops.
one?
is that midnight tonight?
Oh
No, because
no.
Disney
If
doesn't
anything,
post it up like that.
it'll be what 3 a.m. I
3 in the
think.
morning.
3
So
a.m. 3 a.m.
I'll probably
3
still
3
be
a.m.
a.m.
up waiting for it.
Yeah. Now that
Yeah,
you say
3
Yeah,
that,
a.m.
yeah.
3
definitely
a.m.
3
'Cause
a.m.
last time I did that, I tried to stay up for I forgot for what show I was
I did
watching
it for
it. And
Boba. I did it for Boba Fett. I did
yeah,
it.
I was trying to stay up for the last show. I was on
Yep.
Whatnot, and I'm like, oh, it's about midnight. I might as well just stay on. And I'm like, why is it not showing? I was like,
Yeah, because
and I
it's
was like,
3
oh
a.m.
man, later. Yeah,
Yo,
so
I'm super ready for that Moon
yeah,
Knight.
no, we're
Yeah,
definitely ready for that Moon Knight, and we
But only
definitely
six
gonna drop it
episodes, man.
soon.
Disney's killing it. They
yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
you're gonna have that Moon Knight. You're gonna have that Obi-Wan. You're gonna have Miss Marvel, and Obi-Wan and
yeah.
Miss Marvel are gonna
Gonna
overlap. It's the
overlap
first
each other.
time. It is the first
Yeah,
time that Disney's done that. So I
that's gonna
mean,
be nice.
and
That
then
is gonna be
and then
nice,
in
man.
between all of that is gonna be the Doctor Strange movie, which
Lord,
This coming out soon.
yep.
Everybody,
that,
yeah, there's
that
gonna be a
Doctor
lot
Strange
going
is
on.
gonna be great. Yeah, Marvel just does it right.
2022 is gonna be a crazy year for Marvel.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
definitely,
crazy.
man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're killing the game, man. They just
I
know
mean,
how to do it.
what y'all thought about? Y'all seen the Batman movie or not?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we got 2 reviews on. You can see the
yeah,
reviews.
I need to check it out. I need
yeah,
to check it out.
that we
It's
did.
dope. I like
yeah,
it, man. I like
I,
it.
I'm still sticking with my 5. I gave it a 5.
Out
yeah.
of
I
I
what?
gave
gave
it
it
a
a 5.
7.5
I gave
out
it
of
a
Out of
5.
10. Yeah, he gave it out of
Yeah, I
10.
gave it.
I did 7.5.
Listen, I'm a die-hard Batman guy. I just feel like I tell you, I'm a die on this hill, man. I feel like he shouldn't have been Batman. He should have been Terry McGinnis, and they should have brought Michael Keaton in to be old Batman. They should have done a Batman Beyond movie. He's
okay.
too skinny, too scrawny to be my Batman. Like when he first came through the cut, and the guys seen him, there was just like, we could take him, you know. That's Batman not supposed to. And I can understand if it was the first time they seen Batman, but this was year 2. He was Batman for 2 years already in this movie,
Yeah.
and he's getting tested.
Yeah.
Come on, Michael
No,
Keaton didn't get tested. Motherfuckers were scared of him on the roof. I remember that movie. They were scared of him on the rooftop. They thought he was like 7 feet tall, and he was beating motherfuckers down in J's and hanging them over the ledge. You know, I'm not gonna kill you. I just want you to tell people I'm Bat. He didn't even call himself Batman in the movie. I'm vengeance.
Vengeance.
I thought the movie was good. You know, it flowed. It was 3 hours long. It didn't feel like 3 hours. It was good, but I just felt like the only actor that fit and that killed it to me was Farrell. That he killed the Penguin, and they didn't show enough Penguin because they're obviously going to do the show. But I thought, you know,
Yeah,
Transformers dude.
him and Paul Dano were Paul Dano was crazy as the Riddler. Like that was just
Yeah, I thought the Riddler was good until he took his. I wasn't feeling the scene in Arkham. I just wasn't feeling that back and forth. I thought he killed it with the hood and the mask, and he was killing it with the riddles and you know the way he was just taking people out, bring them to the light, and just popping them. But then when he had that whole scene in Arkham Asylum, and they was just
I could have done without it. I didn't even
yeah.
go see the Joker. I could have done without it. But I'm listen, I love the movie. I think it was great. I think it was great.
I mean, I paid to
Yeah.
see it, and I'll probably see it again. But still, I'll be honest, I'm gonna give it a 5. You know, they had no gadgets. He ain't had no bat belt. You know, I'm Batman. I need to see. I mean, the coolest thing was the contact lens. Was to me that was like the dopest shit.
Yeah, that was like some Iron Man shit right there. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
ain't had no Gatling gun and Boy Scout son like the Boy Scout son said at the scene where there was an MSG and he jumped on the wire and cut the monitor down or whatever. He could have just threw the batarang and did it. He didn't have to go through all that. I mean, but the movie itself it flowed good. I just felt like just they didn't fit, and then
I
you know
definitely think.
Alfred.
I mean, I don't know what y'all think, but I definitely think that was Venom that he injected in himself. That wasn't adrenaline. That was Venom. That thing was pure neon green.
That's
I don't know.
something. Yeah, he was
Something. I
half
was just
dead,
like,
and
all
now
right.
he's like super
Yeah,
alive.
I think that was
Like that shit
was
that Bane be taking.
Yep, yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep,
But that's what we was going to.
yep.
And now where are they gonna take the next one? Are they gonna do a trilogy with this? I mean, where are they gonna go with
Well,
this?
what I read, what I was reading is like you're gonna see like the Court of Owls. You're gonna see it's gonna be the next one's gonna
I
be
wouldn't
That's because
mind that.
we were talking about.
Yeah,
We brought that up. The Court of Owls.
I
No
wouldn't
Man's
mind that.
Wasteland. I think that's gonna be this premise of like the next one is gonna be crazy, man. So I hope so, man. I love to see the Court of Owls, some Hush, like those
I
are
mean,
favorite stories, man.
I you know we'll see where it goes. But I still like I said I might die on this hill. I think that they should have done a Batman Beyond movie with this dude because this is already the 3rd reboot for Batman. You know and they're not going to throw him in the Justice League movies. They're not going to cross that universe. So why not just start some whole new shit? And because Marvel's not doing it. Marvel's not into the future. I mean, they're doing the multiverse now, but this would have been totally brand new for them to start on a brand new slate and just kill it. You bring in Michael Keaton because he just killed it in Spider-Man. You bring, you know, that's what they're hyping for this Flash movie. Oh, we're bringing Michael Keaton back. They're not hyping the Flash movie. They're hyping Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
You bring him back as old Bruce Wayne. You could do a trilogy of Batman Beyond
What you could do, man.
and just murder it. That's what I don't know. Maybe I'm just salty. I feel like they should.
No, I think you listen. I think you're speaking like every other DC fan that would love to would love to see DC get the films right because they get their
Yeah.
shows right. The shows are
The animated movies
animated
are the
DC
best. Oh my god.
you can't touch them. You can't touch
No,
them.
you
The shows
can't.
you can't touch them. But the films, it seems like you can never get it right, or
And
you start something good and then you scrap it, and
yeah.
that's it. You
And
know.
that's why I'm scared of this Flashpoint, because the Flashpoint Paradox is my favorite DC animated joint. When I seen that when Wonder Woman came and cut the chick's head off and took the crown, I was just like, oh shit. I was like, dang it, Marvel ain't got nothing on that. Animated. I was just, but it is what it is. People are still gonna see it. It makes $1 billion or whatever the hell it made. It's like the Sony,
Mhm.
it's like the Sony Marvel shit that they be putting out, man. I hate them. I'm a Spider-Man guy and I hated those Venom movies. Even my wife was like, "What the hell is this?" And she don't,
You're gonna go check out Morbius this weekend.
I'm definitely gonna check it out because I I support the local theater by me and I definitely go see these movies when they come out, and hopefully Boy Scout will go see it so we could do a review show.
We'll see.
If not, I might have to get somebody else. But I definitely want to do a review on that. But I've already heard so many bad things about this movie. It's ridiculous. I'm nervous now.
I mean, it looked good to me, man. I
It
don't gotta
looks
lie.
great. The trailer looked great. Everything looks great. But what's killing me is that you can't have all these characters with no Spider-Man. How can you have Venom with no Spider-Man? They did 2 Venom movies with no Spider-Man. And they brought 80-year-old freaking Woody Harrelson, White Man Can't Jump, to be Carnage. And it was just like, what is going on, man? I'm so glad they did that little thing in No Way Home with a little symbiote. So hopefully they bring Venom into the MCU and they do it right.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Get me all
So,
excited over this.
so we're gonna wrap this up. Again, Nomasss, doing your thing. Hispanics in comics, man, is like you definitely representing out there, and I definitely got like you're my brother back because you're doing it down in the boogie down where I came out of as well. So much respect to you, just rising above everything. So again, with these last few moments, again, please just like rep yourself and your exclusives and what you got coming back up. Remind these people.
Yeah, man. First, well, before I even do that, man, I'd like to thank you guys, man. Big Dudes, Last Boy Scout. Thank you so much. Third Shift Comics is like you guys are awesome for this as well, and I thank you for really just giving me the opportunity and platform just to kick it with you guys. Great being here. For me, like I said, I have my IG sales. You can find me on IG, Nomasss Comics, Triple S on IG. Help me get to that 3,000 followers. It'll be great. I have my live sales every Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I usually do Whatnot. I'm like Kanye on Whatnot, man. Whenever you see me up there, join that show. If not, you're gonna miss it.
It's crazy.
I usually do a show on Whatnot. I would say probably once or twice a month. Usually on a Thursday. So usually on a Thursday. It'll be on a Thursday and I'll post it. And like I said, anytime I do a show on Whatnot, just definitely tune in because everyone's gonna grab deals, cash in the box all day, and have a good time. Um, but other than that, you can check out the website too. I got some great exclusives on the website, www.nomasscomics.com. Great books there. Got some shared exclusives from some of my partners. And stay tuned, man. We got Twig dropping next Wednesday. We got our first Twig by Trish Frostman. Then the following Wednesday, we got our first Twig, our second Twig by Zoo Orzu. And then at the end of April, we're gonna have our second Twig by Trish Frostman. We're gonna have a huge event attached to that book where you can get that book. It's gonna be a secret variant Twig. Um, and hopefully I can see some of you guys out on some of these cons, man. Definitely be at MegaCon, WonderCon, Terrificon, FanX.
All the cons, every con.
Listen, I'll definitely be at Terrificon. They did it on my birthday weekend this last July. So I was definitely there. I was dope. I always bring the whole fam, and I definitely do New York because it's it's up the way. I'm trying to get to the Philly joint Boy Scout, you gonna be in the Miami joint, right?
If they don't change it again, so
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
kind of
Yeah, man.
I kind of iffy with Florida still. So,
Right.
but if I
Let's
can,
do
I
it,
go
man.
out there.
It'll be
Yeah.
great to connect with you guys, man. But that's where you can find me, and I appreciate you guys as always, man. And thank you for giving me this opportunity, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And with
Thank
that, people, I'm the last Boy Scout,
And it's your boy Big Deuce.
and this is Third Shift Comics with Nomasss Comics. Make sure you get that recount pre-emblem. Make sure
Yeah,
you pick up that canceled, and make sure
Yep.
you set your alarms for that Twig. Okay,
That
people,
Twig.
get those comics.
Gonna
Yeah,
go
All right, and
fast.
with that, peace. We'll see everybody on the flip side.